The Chuck Norris Show! He's Chuck Norris, and this is his show! It's the Chuck Norris Show! It's America, and it's Chuck Norris! Yeah!
Hey there, America, and welcome to another Chuck Norris Show. I tell you, you're just in time for my new workout. I got together with the scientists over at the Houston Space Center and developed the most high-tech workout system ever. The Chuck Norris Graviton System. Now, each piece of the Graviton system here is made from 100% pure moon rock, making them 17 times heavier than a normal Earth stone. You might want to start out with what I like to call the Mini. It's a 150-pound piece of moon rock, great for buys and tries. All right, after that, you might be ready to move up to the Maxi. This is a 500-pound chunk that's great for toning. I like to use it for the squats. Texas. All right, now, when you become a man, well, it's time for the big daddy here. 1 metric ton of rockin' and rollin' moon rock. That's 1 small rep for man. 1 great workout for mankind.
Chuck's mailbag.
All right, now let's take a look at some viewer mail. And who better to deliver that mail than my trained bald eagle, Sam. Don't try this at home. Uncle Sam, come to me! Come! Fly on the winds of freedom! Come to me, young man! Fly! Jay?
Yeah, Chuck.
There is a stuffed toy eagle behind me, isn't there?
Yeah, right behind you.
You know, Jay, how hard is it for us to get 1 trained bald eagle in here?
It's very tough, Chuck. We had a problem with a PETA protest today. Pick the guys. See?
Jay, correct me if I'm wrong, but these guys work for us. Why don't we just fire them?
They're in the union, Chuck.
Our letter this week comes to us from Jordan in Tomahawk, Wisconsin. Jordan writes, "Dear Chuck, if you could fight only 1 professional sports star, who would be the toughest?" That's a real good question, Jordan, and to help me answer that question is my special guest today. He's the host and the star of a new show on the Versus Network, The Sports Soup, Matt Iseman. Come on out here, Matt.
Chuck, thanks for having me on. I appreciate it.
You betcha. Tell you something, Matt, as a bona fide sports expert and a sports show host, you would know better than anybody. Now, who is the toughest sports star of all time?
Ooh, I got to go with Muhammad Ali.
Well, that's a real good choice, Matt. You know, I met old Ali at a small bar in Kinshasa back in 1974. We stayed up all night drinking Brandy Alexander's, and as the sun came up, we stumbled out in the street, and, well, I kicked his ass. So, good choice, but who's next on your list?
Apparently you're the expert on toughness, Chuck. So why don't you tell me who's the toughest sports star of all time?
Well, you know, I've always wanted to go toe-to-toe with old coach Mike Ditka.
Ditka's like 70 and he's got 2 bad hips. He's not exactly tough, Chuck.
Well, that's a good point, Matt, but you didn't let me finish. See, I'd like to go toe-to-toe with Coach Ditka and his 1985 Chicago Bears. Yeah, I've really wanted to always tussle with those Super Bowl shuffling sons of bitches. Like the Fridge, Silky D, that headband wearing McMahon, not to mention scrapping with old Walter Payton himself.
Walter's no longer with us, Chuck.
Fled the country, huh? Trying to avoid his ass whipping. Well, it'll have to wait then, but I tell you something, Matt, if you ever run into old Sweetness, tell him he can run, but he can't hide.
Will do, Chuck. Will do.
You know, a proper diet is the cornerstone of any quality fitness plan. So in honor of my guest, Matt Iseman, and his new show, Sports Soup, today I'm going to share one of my own recipes for chuck-a-noodle soup. let's go ahead and get started. Now, for chuck noodle soup, you don't just want to use any old chicken. Instead, I use the rendered bones of a salt marsh gecko hen, which is a carnivorous Chinese chicken that stands, well, about 4 feet tall. I'll tell you something, killing one of these little bastards is no picnic. Next up, you want to use 1 cup of deep sea Kilauea volcanic gravel. I'll tell you something, this stuff is tough. Oh, damn it. Word to the wise, might want to cook it up a little bit just to soften the gravel up. Next step, noodles. Now, I don't use noodles because noodles are gay, but I do use Russian risotto, made from flour which was irradiated by the Chernobyl nuclear reactor. All right, now to hold it all together, you're going to need some good cooking oil. What I like to use is a Pennzoil 40 weight auto oil. You could find this right in your crankcase or maybe behind those boxes in your garage. That stuff really lines the stomach. Now I'll tell you something, most soups take several hours of careful simmering on the stove, but the best part about chuck noodle soup is it cooks itself. Flame on! Okay, now when the fire goes out, well, it's ready to eat. Ooh, smells like deliciousness. Chuck Norris's Chuck Noodle Soup. It's available in patriotic stores everywhere.
Oh my God. You want me to spray it?
No, I'm cooking here. Get out of here. All right, well, it's time again to visit the old Chuck Norris Digital Dojo, brought to you this week by Sports Soup. Now, you may remember that the old dojo here was developed by my buddies down at NASA, at the very same lab where they faked the Apollo moon landings. Shh. Well, I'll tell you what, my buddy Matt here has agreed to get in the dojo with me and spar.
No, I didn't agree to spar, Chuck. No, I didn't agree to that.
All right, calm down there, Matt. I'll tell you what, I'll take it easy on you. I just hope the old Sports Soup has a real good health plan. All right, fire up the dojo, guys. All right, you ready to do this thing, Matt?
No, I'm not fighting you, Chuck.
Okay, Matt, okay. Well, why don't you just have a look in there? I mean, it's pretty spacious. There's a cooler of beer in there. I tell you, it's real nice. Go get in there! Oops.
Chuck?
Don't worry, I'll be right in there to kick your ass.
Hey, Chuck.
Well, I had myself shrunken down to the size of my cowboy boot to make the fight a lot more fair.
No offense, Chuck, but I don't think you're going to be able to do much damage.
Think again, sports guy. Okay, well, that's it for another show, but tune in next time when I'll be talking gun rights and gun safety with Dick Cheney, and then I'll be sparring Dick Clark. That's 2 dicks in one show. And remember, if someone slaps you, turn the other cheek. And then when they go to slap you again, catch their hand in your teeth and attack! Attack!
The Chuck Norris Show! He's Chuck Norris. This is a show with the Chuck Norris Show. It's America, and it's Chuck Norris.